He had spent months begging for one chance to prove himself. And the morning he finally got it, he gave it up to help a stranger on the roadside. But that part comes later. For now, it was just another morning. One more day that had to start with hope. The alarm buzzed long before sunrise. Ryan Cooper rubbed his eyes, the faint hum of the city whispering through the thin apartment walls. The room was small, one bed, one table, and crayon drawings taped to the fridge, but clean. He glanced at the clock, then at the little figure curled under a pink blanket. Emma, 7, dreamed with her hand around a stuffed bear missing one ear. The sight softened him. Ryan moved quietly, ironing a shirt on the counter, flipping toast with one hand, checking his resume with the other. The paper's edges were worn, like hope handled too many times. Today's interview wasn't just a chance. It was the chance. Months of rejections, overdue bills. This company could change everything. A sleepy voice. "Daddy, are we rich yet?" He smiled. "Not yet, princess. But if Daddy does well today, maybe soon." Emma grinned, missing a tooth. "Then can we get real pancakes?" He chuckled. "Deal." Moments later, they stepped into the cool morning. Ryan held her hand tighter than usual. "Today's the day," he whispered. And somewhere in the city, fate quietly smiled, already setting the test that would change his life. The morning air smelled faintly of rain, that kind of sticky chill that made old engines complain. Ryan buckled Emma into the back seat. "Come on, buddy," he muttered, turning the key. The engine coughed, sputtered, and finally came alive. They drove through quiet streets. Ryan rehearsed answers in his head. A red light caught him. He drummed the steering wheel. 8:37 a.m. The interview was at 9 o'clock. "Daddy, you're frowning again." He smiled in the mirror. "Just thinking about pancakes." The light turned green. He pressed the gas, and the car jerked, coughed, and died. "Not now," he whispered, twisting the key again. Nothing. He stepped out, the early breeze biting through his shirt, lifted the hood, stared at the tangle of metal. Cars honked. Someone shouted. He waved an apology. Tried again. The engine grumbled, then caught, barely. Ryan exhaled in relief, slid back in. "Still got time," he said. But deep down, unease settled in his chest, as if the day had already decided otherwise. The city had awakened, traffic thick, horns sharp. Ryan's sedan rattled like it was held together by prayer. 8:48 a.m., 12 minutes left. Then he saw her. A silver car pulled to the curb, hazard lights flashing. A woman in a gray blazer crouched beside it, fighting a tire wrench, hands trembling. Rainwater pooled at her feet. Ryan's foot eased off the accelerator. His heart quickened. He could still make it if he kept going. Someone else would stop, right? As he passed, he glimpsed her face, frustration turning to quiet panic. Her phone lay cracked beside her. Cars whooshed past, splashing muddy water. No one stopped. Emma leaned forward. "Daddy, she needs help." Ryan gripped the wheel tighter. Every second mattered. One decision, one turn of the wheel. He sighed, pulling to the curb. "Stay here, sweetheart." Emma nodded. Ryan stepped out into the cool morning, tie flapping, hands trembling slightly, knowing exactly what he was risking and still unable to drive away. The woman looked up as Ryan approached, startled, then relieved. She was mid-30s, polished but flustered, her blazer streaked with dirt. "I'm sorry," she said quickly. "I called for help, but no one's come. My meeting starts in 10 minutes. Ryan knelt beside the tire. "You've got a puncture?" "The rim's stuck. It'll take a minute." "You don't have to. It's fine," he interrupted gently. "I've got a daughter watching. Gotta teach her not to drive past people." She smiled faintly. He worked fast, wrench biting his palms. Every sound, rushing cars, Emma's humming, the ticking of his watch, hammered the same truth. He was losing time. Done. His shirt was smeared with grease, tie crooked, heart racing. The woman reached for her purse. Please, let me pay you. Ryan shook his head. No need. Just help someone else someday. Her eyes softened. You're a good man. He glanced at his watch. 9:03. Not sure my boss will think so, he muttered, jogging back to his car, unaware of how wrong he was. Ryan's tires screeched into the parking lot. 9:17 a mess. Stay here, sweetheart, he told Emma. 5 minutes, okay? She nodded. Good luck, Daddy. He sprinted across the lobby. Behind the desk sat Maya, polite but firm. Hi, I'm Ryan Cooper. I had a 9 o'clock interview with Mr. Thompson. Maya checked the clock. I'm sorry, sir. The interviews ended 15 minutes ago. Mr. Thompson's in another meeting. Please, can you just let him know I'm here? My car broke down. I understand, sir. But once the schedule closes, HR can't reopen it. You can email us for another slot. Another slot. He'd waited months for this slot. He stood there as well-dressed candidates left the conference room, laughing, shaking hands. His resume slipped from his grasp. Papers scattered like broken promises. Security guard Frank approached gently. Sir, maybe try again next week? Ryan nodded, gathering the pages. Yeah, next week. Outside, the world carried on. Taxis honking, people rushing to somewhere that mattered. He sat in the car, staring at the wheel. Emma's small voice. Did we get the job, Daddy? Ryan swallowed hard. Not today, sweetheart. He smiled for her, but his eyes told the truth. The sky had gone gray again. Ryan sat behind the wheel, engine off, city noise fading into a distant hum. Rain began to fall, slow drops growing heavier. Emma sat in the back seat, hugging her bear. Daddy? Yeah, baby? It's okay. You'll get the next one. Her small voice cracked something inside him. He turned away, pretending to fix his tie, hiding the sting in his eyes. He looked at the dashboard. A crumpled paper was wedged under the speedometer. Emma's drawing. Stick figures of them holding hands under a yellow sun. My hero. Ryan pressed it flat, tracing the letters with his thumb. Thunder rolled. Silence pressed closer. Maybe heroes don't get jobs, he whispered. Then he turned the key. The engine coughed, and they drove away from the building that had just shut its doors. Morning light crept through the blinds, pale, uncertain. Ryan sat at the kitchen table, staring at unpaid bills. Emma drew across from him, a big pancake and a smiling daddy. He managed a faint grin. That's a lot of syrup. You'll get the job next time, she said. You always say never give up. Then, a vibration. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. Hello? Mr. Cooper? This is Maya from Walker Industries. Miss Grace Walker would like you to come in again today. She said she wants to meet you personally. Ryan blinked. There must be a mistake. I missed my interview. No mistake. Miss Walker specifically asked for you. Can you be here at 10? He looked at the clock. 8:32. For the first time in days, his pulse quickened. Not with dread, but disbelief. Yes, I'll be there. Thank you. He ended the call, still frozen. Emma tilted her head. Was that about pancakes? Ryan laughed. The first real laugh in a long time. Maybe better. The lobby looked different this time. Or maybe it was Ryan. Maya met him with a smile. Mr. Cooper, Miss Walker will see you now. He followed her down a glass hallway to an office overlooking the city. When the door opened, Ryan froze. Behind the desk sat the same woman from the roadside, hair neat, blazer spotless. She looked up and smiled. Mr. Cooper, she said evenly, it's good to finally meet you. Properly. He blinked. You were the flat tire, she finished. Yes, that was me. The room fell silent. Grace stepped closer. You could have driven past. You had somewhere important to be. But you stopped anyway. He swallowed. You were the interview. In a way, yes. I didn't do it to be noticed. You just looked like you needed help. And that's exactly why you're here, she said. He half laughed, shaking his head. Guess I failed the interview and passed something else. Grace smiled. Genuine, warm. You passed the one that matters. Outside the window, the same city that had beaten him down yesterday now gleamed in morning sun. For the first time in months, Ryan felt seen, not for his resume but for his heart. Grace gestured toward a chair. Please, sit. I looked at your resume, she began. Strong experience, excellent references. Yet, you've been out of work for a while. Ryan nodded. Yeah, been rough. Single father. Things get complicated. Grace's tone softened. You helped me yesterday when you had everything to lose. That told me more than any interview could. He looked down. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. You just looked like you needed help. She smiled. And that's exactly the kind of person I want on my team. He blinked. You're offering me the job? She nodded. Starting Monday. Full benefits, flexible hours. I know your daughter means the world to you. Ryan's throat tightened. I don't know what to say. Say you'll show up, Grace said with a grin. On time this time. He laughed, disbelief turning into relief. I will. You have my word. Grace extended her hand. Welcome aboard, Mr. Cooper. As they shook hands, Ryan realized sometimes life doesn't test you in boardrooms, but on the roadside. The late afternoon sun slanted through the blinds as Ryan stepped outside, offer letter in hand. In the parking lot, Emma was waiting, face pressed to the window. When she saw him, she beamed. Well? Ryan slid in beside her, looking at her small, eager face. We got it, he whispered. Emma squealed, hugging him. So now we can get pancakes? He laughed. Pancakes every Sunday. As she chattered, Ryan noticed something on the passenger seat. Emma's drawing, the one that said, My Hero. Grace must have picked it up and placed it there. He stared at it, emotion swelling in his chest. Outside, the sun dipped low, turning the city gold, the same streets where everything had gone wrong, and somehow so right. Ryan smiled softly. Yes, heroes do get jobs, after all. The car rolled forward, toward pancakes and toward peace.